Legal and bureaucratic barriers. In many host countries, refugees face complex legal and bureaucratic obstacles that hinder their ability to access essential rights, services, and long-term stability. These barriers often prolong uncertainty and prevent integration, leaving individuals in vulnerable and marginalized situations. One of the most prominent issues is the prolonged asylum application process. In the United Kingdom, for example, asylum seekers frequently wait several months or even years for a decision. This delay not only impacts mental health, but also restricts access to employment, education, and financial independence. As of 2024, the UK has continued to experience a backlog of asylum cases, leading to widespread criticism of its administrative efficiency and humanitarian responsibility. The introduction of the Nationality and Borders Act 2022 has further complicated the situation. This legislation aims to deter irregular migration by making it harder to claim asylum for individuals who enter the UK through unofficial channels. Key provisions include the differentiation between asylum seekers based on their mode of arrival and the potential for offshore processing. Human rights organizations have widely criticized these measures for undermining the principle of equal protection and increasing the procedural complexity of asylum applications. At the European level, the Dublin regulation poses additional challenges. This regulation requires asylum seekers to file their claim in the first EU country they enter. While intended to prevent asylum shopping, the policy has disproportionately affected border states like Greece, Italy, and Spain. These countries face high volumes of arrivals and insufficient infrastructure to process claims efficiently. As a result, applicants often experience significant delays, poor living conditions, and limited access to legal assistance. Legal uncertainty is further exacerbated by overcrowded reception centres and informal settlements. Refugees housed in such environments, particularly in frontline states, often lack access to basic services including healthcare, education, and legal representation. Bureaucratic inefficiencies, language barriers, and inconsistent implementation of asylum procedures contribute to this exclusion. Additionally, temporary or precarious legal statuses limit the ability of refugees to make long-term plans, seek stable housing, or contribute economically. In many cases, the lack of clear legal pathways to permanent residency or citizenship means that refugees remain in prolonged limbo. Efforts to streamline asylum procedures, ensure access to legal aid, and harmonise EU-wide standards remain insufficient. Without structural reforms, legal and bureaucratic systems risk perpetuating cycles of displacement and exclusion rather than providing protection and opportunity.